So I just wanted to do a quick video, mainly speaking about simplicity. I was in Georgia this weekend with my family. We were hanging out, and as a creator, I really wanted to find some of the most extraordinary footage. I wanted to find really cool things to shoot, and I couldn't find anything. We're out in the middle of the woods, and there was nothing extravagant about it. And so as I'm sitting here in the woods of Georgia, just kind of thinking, Lord, you know, what can I capture that's extraordinary that I can give to my audience? And I really felt it in my spirit that the Lord said, I just want you to capture and fall in love with the simplicity of me. And at that moment, I understood that when we fall in love and when we are captivated by His simplicity, the simplicity of who He is, He will then lavish us with the extravagant things, because we are not chasing the extravagant things. Instead, we are just loving Him for who He is. And when this hit me, I thought about it. I want you to fall in love with the simplicity of the gospel, with the simplicity of Jesus Christ, with Him crucified and resurrected. That is it. That is all we need to fall in love with, and it's simple. And yet when we fall in love with the simple things, He shows us the great things. He shows us the extravagant things. It is the disciples, they fell in love with who Jesus was, and they wanted to follow Him. And from that, they saw miracles, signs, and wonders. They saw Him do ridiculous things. Fall in love with the simple. Let your heart cry out for just Jesus and who He is. Don't get so discouraged that you aren't seeing the extravagant things. Don't be discouraged that you aren't seeing the miracles, the signs and wonders yet. Don't let that hinder you from hearing His voice. It reminds me of John 21, when Peter and the disciples, some of them are out there fishing and they're not catching anything, and it's been all day, and they've fished and fished and fished and fished, and it's been all night, and they don't catch anything, and they hear a voice, and someone on the shore says, hey, have you caught anything? And they're like, no, we haven't caught anything. We'll just throw it over starboard and you'll catch something. So they throw it over and they reel in a bunch of fish. And I find it interesting that Peter, whose name means to hear, listener, the one who claimed and said, I love you, Lord, no one is going to love you more than me. He did not hear Jesus' voice when the man spoke, but John, the one who adored Him, this is the disciple that Jesus loved, he heard His voice and he said, it's the Lord. When He spoke and they reeled in all these fish, John said, it's the Lord. And I think Peter did not hear the voice because he was discouraged that they'd been fishing all day and not seeing the harvest of fish. So I want to encourage you, just because you are not seeing things in this season, do not let it be a discouragement that hinders you from hearing. When we are in love with the simple, then we will always hear that simple voice of the Lord. But when we are so discouraged that we aren't seeing the extravagant, then we miss the extravagance of the simplicity of who Jesus is.